Live answer. Hi guys, welcome back to Fundamentals. Hi Binoy, I think there's some issue with there's some technical issue. Are you there?
Yes, I'm here. I can hear
Yeah,
you
yeah,
now.
great.
Hi,
Welcome back to other series on World Cup. So great to see India win. How do you feel, Vinay?
it's amazing. A very
Yeah, I
comfortable
mean,
victory, I would say. India making a statement again how serious they are about it in this World Cup. Really amazing to see all the format, like all the units working out together, fielding, batting, bowling, collective effort, I would say.
I think it is a
Uh,
Hitman show
having
today.
Rohit Sharma fans will be all over the world today.
Yeah, yeah, we have one of them in our group, but
Crazy.
I
I
think
know, I know.
I think he's just going to come and spam the group today. Also,
Yeah,
deep
looks
down,
like
I
it.
think I know that you would be very happy because Kohli got another 50 while chasing. So
Yeah.
I think I know silently you're smiling inside that, oh, Kohli, another 50, another chasing 50. So
I
great
mean,
to
there's
see.
nothing to hide about it. But today I was just bamboozled by Rohit Sharma's innings. I mean,
Yeah,
brilliant. That's
I
how
think
you go
he,
about it.
I think he broke the record also, no? Most hundreds for any player in World Cup, 700s,
Yes, seven
beating
hundred.
Sachin,
He broke
beating
again.
Sachin,
Yeah,
and in just 3 World Cups.
tremendous.
Anyways, quickly, yeah, you can start.
Yeah, yeah. Let's just go over by both the innings and discuss overall how it went. Having to was it a right decision in this?
Honestly, like I think when we had covered about the minnows, right, we did talk about how both Afghanistan and Netherlands are comfortable chasing than defending a total. I think. I mean, yeah. Wait, sorry. Anyways, they yeah. I mean, I said it right. They're comfortable chasing. Wait, I'm so sorry, guys. Wait. I think I got flustered. We were talking about how Afghanistan were comfortable chasing, which I think they should have gone ahead and done that, which I didn't. I don't think they did that. Because honestly, looking at the chasing aspects
Yeah,
of Afghanistan, I think they are a much better chasing side than a team who can defend a total. And we clearly saw that today. We clearly saw that today with how India just bamboozled them with bat and ball.
yeah. One more thing to note here is when we did our preview of the teams, right, before the World Cup, we did mention middle order issue with Afghanistan, but today that came out really well. Shahidi and
Yeah,
Azmatullah, like they just took away the innings. Brilliant 120 odd partnership. But here again, when the middle order proved some point, the top order failed to support them and the lower order.
exactly.
That is where Afghanistan lacks as a team and where they need to learn and like bring in more solutions into it. Okay,
Correct.
because I feel in this pitch a 350 would have been a better target. Okay,
Correct.
uh, considering batting paradise, especially after I think South Africa and Sri Lanka game. I think that is played on the same pitch. So, and the decision to bat first is again a question for me. But considering Afghan had to bowl in the day where you get tired very soon and then coming out to bat is a, I think they decided to bat first and then.
But yeah, okay, that's one interesting way to look at it. But do you think uh, getting tired that was a major reason? I don't think that should have been considered, considering these guys are quite fit enough to play a 50-over game. Um, and secondly, I also feel that Afghanistan, I don't think should be protected anymore, saying that these guys lack experience, because these guys have been playing cricket for a very long time now. They play competitive cricket. They don't play, and like 5 to 6 of their players play competitive cricket. So you can't. I don't think they
Yeah,
should be protected by telling. I mean, we don't protect them, but I don't think the general public should also protect them by saying that these guys aren't very competitive and yeah. But yeah, like one of our followers is
yeah,
telling 50 over game is beyond their reach. I agree. Basically, more to do with.
I mean, there is a reason. There is a reason to it because the amount of 50-over game they play before the World Cup or in preparations towards the World Cup is very less.
Correct.
I think most of the players get soaked into the T20 format and the domestic cricket. So that's one of the reasons I feel they are far beyond in 50-over format. But that's how it goes about Afghanistan batting. Talk about Indian bowling. I felt a lot of positives except for one guy who had a bad day, but that's fine. It happens
That's
after
fine.
all. It's a game, yeah. But Bumrah, man,
Honestly, I'm honestly, like you told, I'm actually glad Siraj had a. I mean, actually glad Siraj had a bad game in the beginning of the tournament, and with the team against Afghanistan, like a team against Afghanistan. No offense to them. I mean, the law of averages does catch up to you. You are bound to fail a couple of games, and somewhere deep down, I am happy that it was in the beginning of the tournament, not during the later phases where things
yeah,
get more crucial.
yeah,
So that is good to see. I mean, not good to see, but I mean, just just feeling something positive about it, right?
yeah.
Secondly, just wanted to talk about how Rohit could have handled Shardul better. I mean, in a day completely positive for India. Just wanted to talk about Shardul as a bowler because Shardul is in a squad where he's chosen over Ashwin, which means he's a bowling all rounder, and you wouldn't ideally want to wish him to bowl lesser overs than Hardik Pandya, right? You wouldn't want
So
him to. I think
basically, Aru, my take on this is uh, Shardul is someone who will be played as a rotational player more in this group stage matches, and Hardik is a full-time player. Okay, that's the difference between both of them. And I think the mentality or the understanding, the logic is Hardik gets more spell going into the main stage of the tournament. Okay, main games into the tournament, and that is why he's been used more than Shardul. That's my take. But of course, Hardik did take a wicket or two, if I'm
yeah,
not wrong.
he got a wicket. No, the reason why I
Yeah,
told this is that when the Afghan middle order was playing well, right? I think Shahidi and Azmatullah were playing very well. I
yeah,
think they could have brought on Shardul. I think he gave a couple of overs to Hardik, and then of course Kuldeep and Jaddu kept bowling because
yeah.
Hardik had a very good opening spell. He had like 4 overs, 20 odd runs and a wicket.
But
So I
but the
felt
good point,
Rohit could have trusted him a little more.
yeah, the good thing is Kuldeep and Jadeja were both economical during their spell. Okay, so it is tough to
Correct.
just stop them during that spell and get in Shardul back because a pacer would allow you to score runs easier than a spinner. Okay, especially when you're like three down and you're setting up a partnership. That's the thought given as a
Yeah,
captain.
yeah. I no,
Yeah,
I agree with I agree with you. I agree with both the spinners playing. I think 60. I think I don't think even Jaddu bowled his quota of 10 overs, right? I think he bowled about 6 overs.
yeah.
So 6 overs. I think those two guys gave around 50, 55 runs and then
Yeah, I
one
think
wicket.
less than
One.
four per over. What
Yeah.
is given?
I mean
But
you're always getting economical from Jaddu. So I don't think that should. Yeah, I mean,
yeah,
a lot of these guys are telling 2 wickets from Hardik. I know 2 wickets from Hardik, guys, but I'm just telling if you're taking in a bowler, I still think you should give him a chance over a batting all rounder. But anyways, these are a lot of positives for India. I think
yeah.
it's a good headache that India has. Like one of us, it's a good headache. We have a lot of options.
I see some of our
Uh,
subscribers are also towards Shazul getting in more spells. Okay, they agree with you. Golden arm,
yeah,
yes, he's been a golden arm in some of our previous past games and crucial games. So yeah, that's about India's bowling. But of course, we need to also appreciate commendable fielding. Okay, that
yeah,
catch from Shardul was one of the best.
Shardul,
I mean, good presence of mind, I would call, especially in the boundary line. A
correct.
bowler taking that kind of catch
Fielding in the boundary line.
is
Yeah,
very difficult. Yeah, it was good. Uh, and yeah, that's about bowling. And they restricted Afghans to less than 280 in this track, which is great effort. But
which is good.
I feel Rashid and Nabi could have provided them some more support in the lower order batting.
True.
Even, yeah,
Yeah, coming back to Afghanistan batting, like you told, they did consolidate very well. There were 60 odd runs for 3 wickets. Both of them consolidated very well. But don't you think they could have attacked a little faster? I think they wanted to consolidate. They did that, and after that, I felt they should have gone out a little more aggressive and put India back under back under pressure. I don't think which I don't which I don't think they did, and then they left it too late for Rashid to come in and give some couple of big blows.
You, yeah, I expect the same. Okay, to bring in Rashid much earlier. This is one of the topics that we were discussing some days ago, where Rashid was. I mean, same with the Bangladesh game. I feel he was given the over very late into the innings, and today Rohit had already reached about 80, 85 runs. Okay, by the time Rashid bowled his first ball. I mean, he should have bought in like less than 10 overs and tried to break that partnership because that was just flowing in, right? I
Correct,
agree to that point. That was where your captaincy experience comes in place because Afghanistan, if you have seen the trend, they have been changing the captains over last 3 4 years. Okay, and
correct.
they do not have a stable experience, captaincy experience. Yeah, one of our subscribers also mentions that Bumrah was too good. Of course, we did mention that.
Yeah, of course. Boom.
4 wickets and he's back. And that celebration reminded me of Marcus
Yeah,
Rashford.
yeah.
For all the
Good
football
to
fans who are watching, if you know
good to see
Rashford,
Bumrah back in action and back fit again and picking up wickets.
yeah,
I think reading Anand's comment, Anand, like us, please don't jinx it. We don't want nobody here is saying it, and I don't think we should name or we should mention what you're saying. Let's take. I think like Strick clearly mentioned. Let's take one game at a time. We're doing well, and let's keep that momentum.
exactly.
Uh,
So I
Sachin
mean,
says, yeah,
than feeling it coming for the third time, I feel Indians are playing a very serious cricket in this tournament compared to the last ICC tournaments that I've seen. All the 11 players on the field are giving it all in this particular World Cup. So we have done it for 2 games. Let's hope this continues and we
continues.
go until the last ball is bowled in this entire
Yeah,
tournament and lift that golden trophy. That's all we can hope for. Moving on, now Rohit Sharma played a brilliant innings. Okay, 130 odd runs. I would see this kind of attacking intent while we are chasing, especially because when teams like New Zealand, Pakistan, South Africa come into picture, they have really good bowlers. Okay, who can try and break partnership well in the beginning. So I would like to see the same intent from Rohit Sharma attacking
exactly,
and Ishan Kishan.
exactly,
What a support he provided. I mean, though he
exactly.
scored a runner ball game, that was immense support and later on finished by none other than King Kohli.
True.
So nothing much to talk
I
about
mean, yeah,
Indian batting as, because Rohit Sharma has just written his name all over
yeah,
today.
I think it is Rohit's day.
Yeah,
I mean, like you told, we need to show more intent against the big teams as well. I think over the last couple of years, we have been talking about how India does not show the right intent while batting. We've seen that in the last, we've seen that in a couple of big tournaments as well. I think they should keep up the same momentum, show the same intent,
yeah,
because when you see India playing with intent, when you see players like Rohit and Kohli and Ishan Kishan play their shots, these guys are not stoppable, right? They're just like the flow is just too good.
yeah.
And the way I think I was just watching, and then the way Rohit took on Rashid towards the end, it is too easy. It seemed like it is just too easy. Flick four, flick six, cover drive four, cover. It
Yeah,
is
I
just too
know.
simple.
I mean,
So
that's the confidence that Rohit gets in after a century. Okay, if you
yeah,
see him play longer the innings, the more he scores towards the end of the innings. Okay, so that's his style. Uh, I wouldn't call a boring match because we as Indians want like to up our ante, especially when it comes to big stage, and that
yeah,
was one of the games. So next is building into Pakistan game. Okay, so this
yeah.
victory was much needed, a very comfortable victory. Like how Pakistan had a victory yesterday against Sri Lanka, we also did have a good victory today. So
I think
time to
I
like
think
just fix
Pakistan.
up.
Yeah, I think Pakistan will also be, in great confidence after the win yesterday. So
Yeah,
they'll be on a high too. Um, of course, let's talk. I mean, we don't need to get into the India Pakistan game. We can talk about that later on.
yeah.
But yeah. Anyways, I think what is your let's say moment of the day for you?
For me, the
If you
moment
could
of
pick
the
one
day is, of course, Rohit's innings, no doubt about it. But there's one more call out for me is Shardul Thakur's catch, which is
catch, yeah.
brilliant. That is the moment of the day for me. What
Likewise, I
about you?
think. I think it is more or less the same. But I also would like to mention how well our spinners bowled during the middle overs. I think we restricted them. We didn't give them the easy doubles, singles, and I mean we didn't give them easy runs. So that is good to see. I mean, of course, Indian spinners are always there restricting. But again, when things were getting a little shaky, I think we consolidated very well and we bowled great. I think these guys are mentioning about Naveen Ul Haq, the Mango Man coming to Delhi. I think they had a, they I think those two. I think they had a hug and then I hope they sorted it out. I don't
I
think there's a
mean, yeah, I
beef
think
anymore.
see, in modern day cricket, everything stays on field. Okay, I don't think anyone takes it off field. Off field, it
Yeah,
is again.
unless it's Gautam Gambhir.
I'm not too sure about that, but yeah. So that is what I feel. So I mean, Naveen had to go and shake and like hug Virat Kohli after all because a lot of criticism had already surrounded him for doing that back in the IPL. But it was a nice gesture that we saw from both of them. It's a nice sportsman spirit, I feel, going into this tournament. That was one good thing. Now, Arvind, since we've covered India and Afghanistan now, let's talk about a great match that's coming up tomorrow, okay?
Yeah, yeah.
Australia taking on South Africa. One team coming from a loss, another team coming from a big victory, okay? So, what are your takes on this game?
I think it's played in Lucknow if I'm not wrong. Right, it's a 2 p.m. game in Lucknow.
Yeah, it's a 2 p.m. game,
And
yes.
so, hope to see Australia come back much stronger. They had a decimal performance against India. Of course, the quicks were up front. They were very good, but then in India kind of like settled in and then we destroyed them. But hoping to see much more from the Australian batting lineup. The Warners and Smith and Labuschagne, I think they should step up the game. It's a big tournament. Australia never fail. I mean, Australia don't let anybody down in the big tournament. So I am expecting them to bounce back. Uh, probably probably will be a very tight game. I don't think it'll be a one-sided affair. I think it'll be a tight game because South Africa are also playing very well. They've scored like 400 odd runs in the previous match, and then they're also on a very high. So
Yeah.
Australia with the comeback mentality that they usually have, and then South Africa on very high confidence. I think it'll be a close game. I feel South Africa will nick it, even though I spoke in favor of Australia. I think South Africa will nick it. That's my take on it. What do you feel?
So for me, exactly, Australia needs to come back into this game, okay, and prove a point that they are also one of the biggest contenders going into this biggest stage. But a lot of things Australia will need to work out is one is maybe using another spinner in the name of Sangha, who did perform well during the warm up, so maybe he could be utilized, and
Correct.
maybe Stoinis, if he's fit enough, he would join back, and
I
Cameron
think
Green goes out.
Stoinis should. I hope Stoinis is fit for Australia. Lucknow is home ground in IPL, low
Yeah,
scoring ground, very slow track. I think 7 8 overs of Stoinis, 7 overs. I don't think he'll get eight. Probably 6 to 7 overs of Stoinis will be very hard to score for the South Africans. So
yeah.
Stoinis, if he comes back into the picture, will be a great. I mean, it will be great for Australia. And I hope Mitch Marsh, comes back to form. He's been in great form over the last couple of years. I think he. I don't think. I mean, it is a one-off game for Mitch Marsh as well. I think Mitch
Yeah.
Marsh will bounce back and perform.
So for me, what I feel is Smith has to step up this time. Okay, I know he will do it on the big stage, but for me, Warner has been doing it consistently with at least 50 plus runs. I believe Smith needs to step up, score big, get in that big score if they're batting first to defend, or if you're chase the score. So I am rooting for Smith's innings tomorrow, uh,
Okay.
and rooting for Kangaroos to go through. Okay,
Okay.
I know South Africa have started really well, but I still feel they could go shaky when it comes to very high intense game. Okay, like something against an Australia game or an India game. I feel, and also this is a different pitch compared to what they have played already, so they have to adjust to that quickly,
Correct.
which a big team like Australia can do it. Okay, much.
Is it? Just out of curiosity, I think is it the first game in Lucknow this in the World Cup? It's the first game in
Yes.
Lucknow, right?
Yes.
So I don't. I mean, thinking of it, we saw the Delhi pitch also, right? We thought it'll be like a slow, dead track, but then during the initial phases of the tournament, it's been a belter. I'm assuming the Lucknow pitch will also be the same during the initial phases of the tournament. Probably the first 2 3 games will be a belter wherein teams get to score 320, 350 odd runs.
Yeah.
So hopefully it's like that. I mean, hopefully it'll be a good batting game because
Yeah.
both of these guys. I mean, South Africa's bowling lineup is okay. I want to see both the teams score big runs, right? I
Yeah,
really want to see a good chase.
for me, more than batting and bowling, it should be a competitive game. Okay, that is what I am looking forward. Because as you saw, most of the games are almost ending
Yeah,
a one-sided
one-sided game.
altogether. Yeah, one of our subscribers is asking if Shamsi will play tomorrow. Okay, uh, I'm really not sure because I think South Africa will go with the winning combination
Yeah,
tomorrow and not try to alter too much, especially with a squad like Australia. But Shamsi has performed well against Australia. That's one positive thing that I can see if he's selected on
car
the
driver,
squad.
the car
Yeah,
driver.
yeah,
Do you think they'll be? Yeah, I mean, likewise, I don't think they will go to experiment. Like India did with. I mean, India didn't experiment with Shardul, but I mean, I think considering they were playing Afghan, India were okay to give Shardul a chance over Ashwin. I don't think South Africa will do that with Shamsi. I think they'll stick with the best 11 that they have or the winning 11 more than the best 11. I
yeah.
think they should stick with the same set as well.
But one thing is, on the Delhi pitch last time, all of the South African bowlers got hit left and right,
Yeah,
except for
yeah,
I
yeah.
think Rabada, who bowled a decent spell, I would say. Uh, so in that way, they might try to get in a support for Keshav Maharaj in the name of Shamsi. So
Shamsi.
let's wait and watch for that.
Yeah, probably they if they want to make a change, I think they should drop. I think Temba Bavuma should drop himself and then make somebody.
Yeah, I know. The last time we spoke about in the live session, we mentioned this. I mean, Riza Hendricks coming into the opening slot and Aiden Markram taking over the captaincy role.
I
So,
know.
I mean, that's a very difficult decision to be made. After all, it's a World Cup that's being played, and none of the countries
Yeah,
would
the
like to
quota
do that.
system never fails in India. Also, it's continuing in India. It's continuing in South Africa as well.
Yeah.
Off
So,
cricket.
our subscribers who are watching us live, mention your predictions for tomorrow's game, who will go through and make the table more interesting. Another thing is, we are also planning to do watch alongs in the coming days. Whenever we
Yeah,
see a competitive game or a thriller going into the last 5 or 10 hours, there are very nice games coming up like New Zealand, South Africa, everything. So, let's hope to
yeah.
get.
I mean, let's hope for the World Cup as well, right? It's been. I wouldn't call it. I mean, I would say it's been a dull World Cup till now because it's been all the games have been mostly one-sided. I would call it a dull World Cup up to now. I hope the South Africans and the Proteas, I mean, South Africans and the Aussies, light up Lucknow and make it a more competitive game.
Yeah.
And yeah, and like you told, I think if it's a competitive game, we'll do have a watch along and for the last 5 or 7 hours that's remaining, and we hope it happens because even we want to interact with you guys more and do more
Yeah.
of watch alongs, right?
And if you remember, Arvind, the last time Australia played South Africa in their homeland, South Africa's homeland, it was a comeback for South African team to win
Correct.
the ODI series,
ODI
and
series
Australia
two
would
nil
like
down
to
and
prove a point. Yeah. So
exactly. They would definitely
let's
like to prove a point.
let's expect a thriller tomorrow. Okay.
Hope
Uh,
so. Hope.
we have some of our close friends who are big fans of Australian teams, so hoping
Yeah,
them to also step up and give us some messages around. Uh,
100%. I don't want him to come back and put a story about how Australia lost again yesterday. I think it'll just be boring for everybody to just watch about how Australia lost.
yeah, I think enough is enough. Time to move on.
Yeah.
So, guys, that's it from today's live show on India versus Afghanistan. Do stay tuned with us. Tomorrow we'll be back around the same time to discuss about Australia and South Africa.
Hopefully a little later. Hopefully a little later
Yeah,
because this today's game was much earlier. Got
yeah.
over very quickly.
So do stick us with us and comment your points that you would like to share with us. We will discuss that in the coming days as well. Like, share, and subscribe our video. So let's go.
Fundamental.